Hey guys, I just wanted to share with you this dream that I had in 2020. And when I had this dream, I thought it was only for me. But only a few days ago, the Lord said to me, "This is for the body of Christ." And the Lord gave me permission to release this dream because this is the right moment. So I had this dream on the 11th of February 2020. And in the dream, I am on a flyover and I don't know if I'm in a vehicle. I can't see a vehicle or a car. All I know is that I am on a flyover, just steadily making my way. So, when you start off, it's right at the ground level and then it goes high up. And then it goes to the top, like the highest point, and then it slides down again to the ground level. So during this time, I feel like I'm going to crash in the sense that my journey downwards is very steep, like in a 70-degree angle, and I'm just about to crash. And I'm having this feeling, this is it, I'm done. I'm not going to wake up. I'm going to die, and this is it. And that's my feeling inside of me. But I don't crash, and I land on a really big platform, like a rock. It's built on a rock. So you can imagine a rock where it's got the banisters, like a metal rails all around. And then it's you have the really beautiful view of the sea, like a beauty spot. And this is I would say at least 200-300 feet above the sea level. So we are quite high up. And so on this platform, there's quite a number of people all watching the surroundings and the beauty of the sea and everything. So I'm looking around, and suddenly there is a man in front of me, quite a tall, large man. He scoops up in both his hands, he scoops up, these are diamonds. And it feels like, if you're in front of a large heap of grain on the land where they're just packaging and cleaning. And if you look at this picture, this is what I mean. So if you go and ask somebody, can I have some grain? And if they scoop up in both hands a scoop of grain and then they hand it over to you, it means nothing, because the grains will be like, I don't know how many metric tons of grain that is there as a little hill. So this guy scooped up diamonds in his hand and he was giving it to me. I'm standing there. I have a white coat, but I'm not wearing it. I have it on my shoulders. But when he wants to give me these diamonds, I'm wearing the coat. And then he wants to put it in my pocket. And as I open my pocket and he's putting it in, a few of the diamonds just fell on the ground. And I'm feeling so embarrassed, so shy, that, oh my God, people are watching me. I don't want people to know that I'm being given this wealth. And it's like as if it's a wrong thing to receive wealth in front of people. But anyway, I'm very, very embarrassed in the dream. And and then the next thing I know is I'm standing next to the banisters, the rails, and a wave comes up like a tsunami. And it must have been quite high because the platform I was standing on was already several hundred feet high. And then the tide came up until my chest. So we didn't drown in it. I was just holding on to the rails. And as soon as it came up, it went down. And I woke up from the dream. That dream was so real, so surreal. I've never had a wealth transfer dream like this before, ever in my life. I have been given prophetic words about wealth transfer, and I will make another video at some other point. But in terms of like so picturesque, so bright, and it's like colorful, I've never had one like this. And the Lord has just released me to release this dream, because this is for all of you. It was not just me and for myself. Even though I was in the dream and I was given wealth, I was just representing a large number of people who are going to receive this wealth from the Lord. Now, because this was early 2020, I just never knew how this was going to pan out, because the pandemic was just around the corner, because we were hearing news from China and all of that, and Europe. And I never ever thought that this whole thing was going to go on for so long. So for me, it was like, I don't know. I mean, I knew this was wealth being given to me. However, how this is going to pan out, when this is going to pan out, I have no idea. So anyway, when I woke up, I asked the Lord about what does it mean. So basically, the revelation I had was that this is a journey, and there is a certain journey I have to make. So that is what I'm journeying on the flyover. So there is a beginning point and there is an end point. So along with this flyover, going up until the high point was kind of normal, but then going to the other side was going to be quite bumpy, quite scary, and the feeling of I'm crashing is like quite real, as if I was going to crash in a car and there's no way out, that kind of a feeling. But God was telling me, don't worry about how you were feeling in the dream. You are going to land on solid ground. So that high ground was like a stage set for God to really honor his children. So the man who appeared was an angel. He is the one who was assigned for me to bring the wealth transfer. So there is an angel behind every person, all of you, each one of you, whoever is watching, whoever is listening. It doesn't matter now or a year from now. If God is speaking to you through this dream, then this is for you. Take it and take it to the Lord, pray on it, and the Lord's going to release this to you. Okay, so I had this understanding in the dream that the scoop of diamonds he was holding in his hand was worth in the billions. It wasn't just millions, it was worth in the billions. And the Lord showed me that it doesn't matter what happens in the world. I have already written that this is in your name. You're going to use this to bless the body of Christ and the assignments and businesses and projects that I've already given you. The visions I've given you to do, you're going to do it. And then what he told me is, there's going to be some spillage. Like, the diamonds fell down when the angel was putting the diamonds in my pocket. And the Lord said, don't worry about it. When something spills over, let other people glean on it. Don't worry about the spillage. You will have more than enough. And then there will be people watching you, but they can't do anything about it, because this is the real thing about the wealth of the wicked laid out for the just, laid out for the righteous. And the coat I was wearing, which I wasn't wearing in the beginning, it was on my shoulders. And later on in the dream, I was wearing it when I received the diamonds. The Lord said to me, this is the robe of righteousness. It was a white coat. And he was telling me, wear it with pride and dignity in a good way. And this was for me as a person. Maybe most of you will resonate, because I don't like somebody blowing my trumpet or somebody really praising me or saying things about me. I always feel embarrassed. So in the dream, I'm not wearing the jacket, I'm not wearing the coat, but God was telling me this is like a coat of honor, like Joseph's coat, and you must wear it with pride. So later on I was wearing it, and that's when the angel was actually putting those diamonds in my pocket. And then the tsunami that comes up is something big that is happening all over, because we were already several hundred feet above the sea level. So for the tide, it wasn't a normal tide that we see in the backwaters. This was a real tsunami. So I believe that tsunami the Lord showed me was something to do with the market, something to do with the world, the economic crash. I really don't know. If you guys have an insight into the dreams and interpretations, please feel free to leave a comment below. But this was a wow kind of dream. So I just want to encourage you with this dream. And I never really connected this with cryptos until like a week ago. And now I have a slightly different view of this whole journey in the dream, because the flyover that I was traveling on, because that was a new journey. So what happened after February 2020? In April 2020, the Lord took me on a new journey, and during the pandemic, that's when I got into healthcare. Before this, I've always worked in fashion because I just knew nothing about healthcare. And so this flyover was my healthcare journey. And at the top of the flyover, everything was smooth because I was going up and up. The other side of the flyover, I felt like I was crashing. And recently in September, beginning of September, I had this, because I'm going to share a little more about my journey with healthcare and how this whole wealth transfer has already started even before I recognized it. So there's going to be a few more videos I'm going to share with you shortly. But in this dream, when I was crashing, that has to do with my job was axed within 24 hours. Everything changed within 24 hours, beginning of September. It was bringing me a very good income, and I was saving up and helping other people and lots of projects in mind, but I wasn't in cryptos though. So it's almost like the enemy just, axed the root of my income, thinking that he was gonna really affect everything in my life, but he didn't. And this is what, soon after this, when I had the time and I was searching for new jobs, applying for new jobs, this is the time the Lord really took my attention to cryptos. And now I'm realizing that this whole flyover journey was my healthcare journey. So I had this experience of crashing down, but I didn't crash down. Actually, more opportunities have opened up within a month and a half, which means this giving the wealth thing is probably just around the corner. It's not that far away. It may be this year, it may be sometime next year, but I don't think it's beyond 2023. That's the kind of feeling that I have. So I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to end this here. And I hope you're really blessed, and may the Lord bless you, keep you, make his face shine upon you, and I will see you shortly in the next video. God bless you. Bye bye for now.